The first place that Dr. Price went was a village in Switzerland, in the isolated part of Switzerland. This was a period of road building in Switzerland, but this valley had not been reached with roads at that point. The only way to get to this particular village was a footpath too narrow for a wheeled cart. So he could be assured that the foods that these people were eating were all grown right there in the valley, with the exception of salt, which was carried in. So he trudged on this perilous pathway to this little village. Here he is, first port of call, the Swiss village in the Lowenschel Valley. He's lined up all the children in the village and starts looking in their mouths. And you can imagine the amazement of the dentist from Cleveland looking in all of these children's mouths. There was less than 1% tooth decay in the Swiss villagers, young and old. All of the children, all of the villagers had naturally straight teeth. Their faces were very broad, and all of them had plenty of room for their teeth to come in straight. Nobody needed braces in this little village. He spoke to health officials in Switzerland and learned that there also had never been a case of tuberculosis in this village. And this was a time when tuberculosis was the #1 health problem in the world and causing a lot of concern. But these villagers, living in a cold climate and in houses without adequate heating, did not have tuberculosis. The #1 source of calories for the Swiss villagers was the very food that was accused of causing tuberculosis in the rest of the world. That was raw milk.
And when you say raw, you mean unpasteurized milk?
Correct, unpasteurized milk. That means it hasn't gone above a cow's body temperature, which is at most, unless they're in a fever, 105 degrees. When pasteurization first began, it was 141 degrees, cooking at 141 degrees for anywhere from 15 seconds to a minute, minute and a half. Now it's gone up, they're up into, the 170 degrees now, because there's a longer shelf life. And that's what it's all about. It's about shelf life. It's about their profits. It has nothing to do with our health. University of California, Davis did some experiments and found that in raw milk, the bacteria, the lactic acid, when unpasteurized, will destroy so-called pathogenic bacteria. They proved that bacteria of the undesirable characteristics cannot live in raw milk. However, they do thrive in pasteurized milk.
And the #1 source of calories was raw milk, raw cream, raw cheese, and raw butter. A dish that was considered very important for the athletes was bowls of pure cream. This is what they drank during their athletic contests. These people kept cattle and goats who grazed on the lush pasture of the high Alpine mountains.